Carbocation rearrangement take place to achieve more stable configuration. Less stable carbocation rearrange itself to form more stable carbocation. Tertiary carbocation is more stable than secondary carbocation and it is more stable than primary carbocation. Stability of carbocation depends on different electronic effects, in which primary effect is the resonance, secondary is mesomeric effect or plus M effect. Then there is inductive effect, and on the least preference hyperconjugation is there that also contribute to the stability of carbocation. On the basis of these electronic effects, you can compare the stability of different carbocations. So let's compare the stability of these carbocations. In first carbocation, there are three phenyl groups. All these three phenyl groups contribute to the stability of carbocation by plus R effect. In second carbocation, there are two phenyl groups which contributes to the stability of carbocation by plus R effect. And there is one methyl group that stabilizes carbocation by plus I effect. So when you compare first and second carbocation, you can see in first carbocation there are 3 plus R effect. In second carbocation there are 2 plus R and 1 plus I effect. As we just have discussed, resonance is the primary effect that stabilizes carbocation. So as in first carbocation there are 3 resonating effects, this carbocation will be more stable than the second one. Now compare second and third carbocation. In third carbocation there are two phenyl group. Because of that there will be 2 plus R effect. And there is one hydrogen. It doesn't contribute to the stability of carbocation. So second carbocation will be more stable than the third carbocation. Now compare between third and fourth carbocation. In fourth carbocation, there is just one phenyl group, that means just one plus R effect, and because of two methyl group, there will be 2 plus I effect. Resonance is the primary effect, and in third carbocation, there are 2 plus R effect, so it will be more stable than fourth carbocation. Similarly, we can compare the stability of other carbocations too. There is one phenyl group, so there will be 1 plus R effect, and because of one methyl, there will be 1 plus I effect. So here, this carbocation will be more stable than the next one. Now compare the stability of this carbocation. As there are 3 methyl groups, there will be 3 plus I effect. But in this carbocation, there is 1 plus R effect. So this will be more stable than this one. Now compare the stability of next carbocation. Because of one phenyl group, there will be 1 plus R effect. And in this carbocation, there are 3 plus R effect. This carbocation is tertiary carbocation and this carbocation is primary carbocation. So obviously, this will be more stable than this one. Now compare the stability of these carbocations. This carbocation is primary carbocation and because of one phenyl group, there is 1 plus R effect. This carbocation is vinyl carbocation. Vinyl carbocation stabilizes by the plus I effect. But resonating effect of phenyl is stronger than that of vinyl. So that's why this carbocation will be more stable than the vinyl carbocation. Now come to the next carbocation. This carbocation is secondary carbocation and because of two methyl groups, it will have 2 plus I effect. But in vinyl carbocation, because of resonating effect, this carbocation is more stable than the secondary carbocation. Now come to the next carbocation. This is primary carbocation and because of one methyl group there will be 1 plus I effect. So obviously secondary carbocations are more stable than the primary carbocation. Methyl carbocation is the least stable carbocation. So by using different electronic effects you can compare the stability order of different carbocations. And this is the stability order of different carbocations that we have discussed. So let's see, how does carbocation rearrangement take place? So there are 4 different ways by which carbocation rearrangement take place. First one is the hydride shift, in which alpha hydrogen shift from the carbon next to carbocation in the form of H- ions. Next is the methyl shift, in which methyl group shift from the carbon next to carbocation. Third one is the ring expansion, which involves the shifting of CH2 group from the carbon next to carbocation. And the fourth one is ring contraction, in which shifting of CH2 group take place from the carbon next to carbocation. We are going to discuss each of them with example. So let's come to the hydride shift. This carbocation is primary carbocation. First of all, expand this structure. In hydride shift, there is a shifting of H- ion from the carbon next to carbocation. This carbon is next to carbocation and it is known as alpha carbon. And the hydrogen bonded to alpha carbon is known as alpha hydrogen. In hydride shift, there is a shifting of H- ion. That means this alpha hydrogen shift to carbocation along with its bonding pair of electrons. As a result of hydride shift, positive charge over carbocation neutralizes, but positive charge will develop at alpha position as this hydrogen broke the bond with this carbon. So new carbocation is formed and this carbocation is secondary carbocation. So that's how less stable carbocation managed to form more stable carbocation via hydride shift. Now come to the alkyl or methyl shift. First of all, identify this carbocation. This carbocation is primary carbocation and the carbon next to carbocation is alpha carbon. So this is the alpha carbon, and as there is no alpha hydrogen, only methyl groups are there. So this carbocation will undergo methyl shift. In methyl shift, there is a shift of CH3 group from the carbon next to carbocation. In methyl shift, one of the methyl group shift to carbocation along with its bonding pair of electrons. And as a result of methyl shift, charge over carbocation neutralizes and new charge develop over the alpha position. This new carbocation is tertiary carbocation. So here you can see less stable primary carbocation managed to form more stable tertiary carbocation via methyl shift. If you get confused whether to choose hydride shift and methyl shift, hydride shift is always preferred over methyl shift. But if there is no alpha hydrogen available, then go for alkyl shift. If methyl group is not available, other alkyl groups also undergo carbocation rearrangement. Mostly, smaller groups have more migrating tendency than bulkier groups. That's why we prefer methyl shift over ethyl shift, and ethyl shift is preferred over propyl shift. There are two more ways in which carbocation rearrangement may take place. First one is ring expansion and the next is ring contraction. Before we go in detail of ring expansion and ring contraction, you need to understand the stability of ring size. 6-member rings are more stable than 5, 4 or 3-member rings. Smaller rings are unstable because of the high angle strain. That's why 5-membered and 6-member rings are more stable. Ring expansion may take place when carbocation is formed outside the ring. And the next condition, if ring size is less than 6. And carbocation rearrangement take place by a ring contraction if carbocation formed inside the ring and the ring size is more than 6. If ring size is less than 6, it undergo ring expansion, and if ring size is more than 6, it undergo ring contraction. In either way, it want to achieve stable configuration of 6-member ring. Now come to the next example. First of all, identify the carbocation. As this carbocation bonded to two other carbons, this carbocation is secondary carbocation and there is 4-membered ring. First of all, expand this structure. So here you can see if we go for hydride shift, that means we are going to transfer alpha hydrogen along with its bonding pair of electron, and as a result of it you will get carbocation at this position, and this carbocation is tertiary carbocation which is more stable than the secondary carbocation. But here ring size remains same. That means angle strain will remain as it is. So that's why we won't go for hydride shift. We will go for ring expansion. And what are the conditions for ring expansion? For ring expansion, carbocation should be formed outside the ring, and it is formed outside the ring, and ring size here is less than 6, that is 4-membered ring. So that's why we can go for ring expansion. So let's expand this structure. In ring expansion, there is a shifting of CH2 group from the carbon next to carbocation. This is the alpha carbon next to carbocation, and either of CH2 group you can shift from alpha carbon to carbocation along with its bonding pair of electrons. It would be easier if you number all the carbons. So here I will number it carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So when we break bond between 4 carbon and 3 carbon and make a new bond with carbon 4 and carbon 2. So you will get this structure. Again number it. This is carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Here we have broken the bond between carbon 3 and carbon 4. That's why positive charge will generate over carbon 3. And as we have formed new bond between carbon 4 and carbon 2, positive charge over carbon 2 will neutralize. And when you rewrite this structure, you will get 5-membered ring. This is carbon 1, 2, 3 and this is 4, 5 and this is 6. So here you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-membered ring is obtained, and this carbocation is secondary carbocation. Though the previous carbocation and the newly formed carbocation both are secondary carbocation. As the new structure is 5-membered ring and the previous structure was 4-membered ring. So that's why this carbocation rearrangement take place via ring expansion. Now come to the another example of ring contraction. First of all, identify this carbocation. This carbocation is secondary carbocation as it is bonded to 2 other carbons, and it is 7-membered ring. For ring contraction, first condition is carbocation should be formed inside the ring. So one condition is fulfilled and the ring size should be more than 6, and it is 7-membered ring. So both the conditions are satisfied. We can go for ring contraction. In ring contraction, there is a shift of CH2 unit from the carbon next to carbocation. This is the alpha carbon and this is also alpha carbon. So you can move either of CH2 group from alpha carbon to carbocation along with its bonding pair of electron. So if I move this CH2 unit along with its bonding pair of electron to carbocation, it would be easier if we number all the carbons present in this ring. So if I number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So here I have broken the bond between carbon 3 and carbon 2, and new bond is formed between carbon 3 and carbon 1. So I can draw this structure. Now redraw this structure. So here we have formed new bond between carbon 1 and carbon 3. So this is carbon 1. This is carbon 3 is bonded with carbon 4. So this will be 4, 5, 6 and 7. And the positive charge developed over carbon 2. So this is the second carbon. So here you can see after ring contraction you will get 6-membered ring. But the carbocation is primary carbocation. Here you can see previously it was secondary carbocation and after rearrangement it became primary carbocation, which is less stable than secondary carbocation. So why did this rearrangement take place? But this carbocation rearrangement take place via ring contraction, because as a result of it you will get more stable ring size. Carbocation rearrangement is a very important concept when you solve problems based on organic chemistry. Whenever there is a carbocation formation take place as an intermediate, you always have to consider carbocation rearrangement. So let's try to solve one question based on it. Consider the following bromide. There are 3 structures of bromide. You have to find out the correct order of SN1 reactivity. And you know, for SN1 reactivity, rate depends on the stability of carbocation, which is formed as an intermediate. So let's consider first bromide. When in first bromide, bromine leaves as a bromide ion, carbocation will generate at this position. And this carbocation is primary carbocation. Now come to the second bromide. When this bromine leave as a bromide ion, carbocation will generate at this position. This carbocation is secondary carbocation and it is stabilized by the resonance effect of vinyl carbon. In third bromide, when this bromine leave as a bromide ion, carbocation will generate at this position and this carbocation is secondary carbocation but there is no resonance. So here you can see second bromide is most stable, then third, and first one is the least stable. So the reactivity order for this question will be C.